All right, good day, everyone. My name is Professor Jeremiah Elioso, and we are on our fifth week of the semester, and we are to discuss a new topic on our subject, Introduction to Meetings, Incentive Conventions, and Events. And our topic for today is Destination Marketing Organizations. So please allow me to share my screen. Okay, for a while. All right. So never mind this. We're on our week 5 now. But our topic is on destination marketing organizations or DMO. But just a quick recap of what we've had the last time. We were discussing on our last synchronous session on the MICE organizers and sponsors, particularly the entities that holds gathering, types of corporate gatherings and events, entities that help organize gatherings, and other organizations arranging gatherings. And actually, on the asynchronous session, you've had your quiz. So I hope that you learned so much with what we've had the last time. So moving forward, we are to begin with a new lesson on, again, as was what I have said, is about the destination marketing organization. So I'm sure that everyone is aware on the campaign slogan of the Department of Tourism na it's more fun in the Philippines. Let me ask you, why do you think that our tourism slogan is it's more fun in the Philippines? Can you turn on your mic and camera and explain what are your thoughts about this slogan, Miss Vasquez?
Nakikinig na po ako, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think for me po, so it's more fun in the Philippines kasi there are a lot of beautiful places, historical places na pwedeng mapuntahan dito sa Philippines, and hindi lang mga Filipinos yung pwedeng mag-enjoy or makakita, maka-experience ng beauty ng Philippines, kundi sa iba na rin pong tao from other countries.
That is right. That's true. Thank you, Miss Vasquez. All right, let me have another response from Mr. Ramos. Joshua, please turn on your camera and microphone and answer. Why do you think that it's more fun in the Philippines? The question is very easy. You can answer that on a personal level based on your understanding and how you feel why we portray our country that it's more fun in the Philippines. Joshua?
Yes po, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yun po sa It's More Fun in the Philippines po, sa sinabi po na more po. Kasi po sa Pilipinas po ay sobrang dami na po ba ng mga tourist spot po.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya po, kailangan po nilang maano yung lahat po ng mga tourist spot po.
All right.
Yun po.
So I agree. All right. Let's take off from what you have mentioned that there are a lot of tourist destinations in the Philippines, and as you have learned or as we have had the last time in our Philippine culture and tourism geography, what can you say about it? About our the tourist destinations that we have here in the Philippines, Miss Sikat.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Um, sa Philippines po kasi you'll never run out of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's very affordable po sa mga foreigners yung mag-travel dito sa Philippines.
That is right. Um, in 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 the last semester that we were talking about the Philippine culture and tourism geography, I cannot reiterate enough how we would never run out of reasons to travel and visit the many tourist destinations in the Philippines. And uh, na-present or na-discuss natin hindi lang about the tourist destinations, but also it's implied that when you travel, you also learn about the culture of the people, the food, the delicacies, the values that they have, many things. You learn so much when you travel. So, according to a research that was conducted, um, a while ago I was discussing about research methodology, and example ko yung thesis on the factors in the choice of tourist destinations ng mga turista. According to Boy 2016, in-enumerate niya yung many different factors para makapili ang isang turista ng kanyang tourist destination. And there are six. I'm not sure if I can recall and enumerate all of the six. But when you choose or any destinations, and I'm sure that you could also agree, you consider number one, the attractions. You choose the accommodation facilities. Ano yung titirhan mo? Because when you step out of your door, you would have to choose other accommodation facilities. It can be a hotel, a transient house, motel, or whatever. Hahanap ka ng matutuluyan mo. And in the Philippines, there's so many accommodation sites na ino-offer that can fit a certain budget, whether you're on a budget friendly, you're looking for a budget friendly facility, we have. If you are you want a bed and breakfast, or Airbnb, or a five-star hotel, we have a lot of those that can cater to the needs of our travelers. The food, we pride so much of the delicious food that our country can offer, and we are more than just adobo, we're more than just sinigang and lechon. We can say that it's advantageous that we are regional in nature or subdivided into many different regions and islands. And so we have more than 7,000 reasons to travel the Philippines. And so yon, a whole lot more reasons why yung factors why we choose a certain destinations. And so going back, why it's more fun in the Philippines is because one, Filipinos are very resilient, and we could make fun of whatever situation that we have. Kahit pa yan ay ngayon, there's COVID-19, nakakaisip tayo ng pamamaraan para maging masaya, 'di ba? And hindi magiging balakid kung anumang bagyo or pagsubok ang magkaroon tayo, hindi mawawalan yung smile sa mukha ng mga Filipino, no? And as evident on this video by the DOT, let's check why it's more fun in the Philippines. All right, truly the video encapsulates why it's more fun in the Philippines, and I'm sure that you would all agree to what the video has shown. And we have 7,640 islands, so therefore there are more than 7,640 reasons why it's more fun in the Philippines. It's not just about the destination. More importantly, there's food, there's people, um, there's our rich culture, and it's important to note as well that we are tagged or noted to be one of the most hospitable people, if not in all of the world, maybe in Asia. We are known to be very hospitable kasi we have that very embracing attitude na kahit sino man ang dumating ay papapasukin natin sa ating tahanan at itatrato natin bilang bisita. And that's a very good attitude ng mga Filipino, and that's why there's a lot of tourists, not only locals but also foreigners, who are putting Philippines on their travel bucket list. So again, going back, that the Philippines has its tagline of marketing tagline or slogan of it's more fun in the Philippines. Alam nyo ba na ang ibang bansa ay meron ding um, marketing slogan? Okay, so maybe some of you are not aware of the slogan of other countries, but I have a video here that um, that presents the different marketing slogan or how their department of tourism present their country. And this is a way by which their country could attract potential tourists or travelers.
Belgium, the place to be.
Scotland, a spirit of its own.
Jamaica, get all right.
You're Singapore.
South Korea, imagine your Korea.
Russia, reveal your own Russia.
Magical Kenya.
Epic Estonia.
Incredible India.
I wish I was in Finland.
The Dominican Republic has it all.
There's nothing like Australia.
It's better in the Bahamas.
It's more fun in the Philippines. All you need is Ecuador.
Iran, you are invited.
Nigerian, good people, great nation. So
Chile, all are welcome.
Turkey, be our guest. Austria, arrive and revive.
Rendezvous en France.
Hospitality beyond borders.
Spain in detail.
Made in Italy. Peru, land of the Incas.
Ethiopia, land of origins.
Israel, land of creation. Egypt, where it all begins.
Greece, all-time classic.
Vietnam, timeless charm.
China like never before.
Norway, powered by nature.
Switzerland, get natural.
New Zealand, 100% pure.
Lithuania, real is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's Pakistan.
Canada, keep exploring.
Japan, endless discovering.
Romania, explore the Carpathian Garden.
Kazakhstan, land of wonders.
Tanzania, the land of Kilimanjaro. Zanzibar, like the Serengeti.
Guyana, South America undiscovered.
Taiwan, the heart of Asia.
Bosnia, the heart of southeastern Europe.
Trinidad, the true Caribbean.
Malaysia, truly Asia.
Oh, oh. Live, love, Lebanon.
Mexico, live it to believe it.
Haiti, experience it.
England, home of amazing moments.
Georgia, for the best moments of your life.
Amazing Thailand, it begins with the people. Ukraine, it's all about you.
United States of America, all within your reach.
South Africa, inspiring new ways. Germany, simply inspiring. Polska, move your imagination. Belize, a curious place.
Bulgaria, a discovery to share.
Latvia, best enjoyed slowly. Czech Republic, Prague, Prague.
Brazil, sensation.
Croatia is full of life.
Sweden doesn't have a tourist slogan.
I don't know if Ivory Coast got a slogan.
Ghana doesn't have tourism slogan, but come anyway.
We don't have a slogan, but you should come anyway.
We don't have a slogan in Mali, but please come and visit us.
Even though Uzbekistan doesn't have a slogan, it's still really great to visit.
If I had to make one up, it would be come breathe some fresh air and dance and drink a lot of alcohol.
All right. So you've seen and heard the different marketing slogans of the different countries. So having a marketing slogan is very effective in marketing a particular destination. But before we get into the destination marketing, let's try to analyze muna. Why do you think it's important for to have a good marketing slogan? Can you turn on your camera and microphone, Mr. Historilio? Rain. Mr. Historilio?
Sir, question po ulit.
Ano ang kahalagahan ng pagkakaroon ng marketing slogan? 'Di ba? Even not only with marketing destinations, but even like products, restaurants, they have their own marketing slogan. Ano ang kahalagahan nun? And ano ang impact nun sa customers or clients?
Sir, pinapakita po nito yung mga magagandang opinion about dun sa natin, sa bansa natin. Parang hina-highlight na po nun kung ano yung magandang
Yes. It highlights the as you were saying. What does it do? What does it help? Ano ang impact nun sa customers or clients? Parang, kunyari, pag narinig mo yung marketing slogan na let's veer away muna from the tourist destination example for restaurants. Ano ang marketing slogan ng Buddies? Diba? Dito, laging parang fiesta. So parang ano ang ini-imply nun? Ano ang ipinapahatid sa customers? Once narinig mo yung marketing slogan ng Buddies.
Yung specialty po nila
ay ano?
Is lukban habhab.
Oh, ano ba ang kilala ang lukban considering that Buddies originated in Lukban, Quezon? Saan sikat ang lukban?
Sa
Pahiyas Festival and Pansit Habhab. So parang it's like giving when you hear their marketing slogan na dito parang laging fiesta. Parang iniimbitahan ka for for a feast. Parang when you order bodies, you feel na parang it's laging Pahiyas Festival kasi because of the ambience, because of the vibe, because of the flavors of their food, nararamdaman mo yon. And so is the same with when the different countries or different tourist destinations market themselves or they have a slogan. So parang it's an invitation kasi for your clients or your target market to visit their destination and experience what they are marketing. Example, yun nga, in the Philippines, it's more fun in the Philippines. So dapat maramdaman nila yung fun when they visit the Philippines. When you visit Malaysia, it's truly Asia. Mararamdaman mo yung Asian spirit. So things like that. So moving forward with our topic on destination marketing. So, destination marketing is a promotional activity. The idea is to attract your customers through the unique features of a location to sell them your services. Kasi the intention of marketing is to promote. Remember the association of promotion with marketing. And you wish to attract customers. You want to bring in more tourism or tourists to go to your country and also mobilize tourism, whether that's a local tourism or local travel or international travel. You want to sell the different tourism products. It's not just about the attraction, but you also carry with you the promotion of the many different aspects of tourism, such as the food, the accommodation, the transportation, the entertainment, yung mga na-discuss natin the last time. Destination marketing can be a united effort by multiple business in a particular destination looking to benefit from the same customer. So the destination marketing is not only the job of the Department of Tourism. It's not only the job of the different sectors of the business, but it's also a collaborative effort of everyone to be able to promote, advertise, and market, attract tourists to come and visit your place. All right. Because it would be very difficult or with marketing kasi you would have to use many different tools, many different medium so that you would be able to achieve your marketing objective. Um there are many different marketing objectives. Example, it's not only just to attract tourists, but kung magiging technical tayo, they are different, say for example, different locality or different countries, meron silang mga objective na it must be measured statistically or it should be measured by numbers. Example, ilang turista ba ang tina-target mong makapunta sa lugar na yon? How much tourism dollars ang ine-expect mo na spend nila when they visit your country? Kasi maaaring mag-visit sila sa country pero hindi naman sila nag-spend ng tourism dollars. So parang hindi mo rin na-achieve yung yung ibang marketing objectives. So there are many different marketing objectives. So later we will be able to discover that. So destination marketing is about engaging with key players in order to drive awareness of the destination, thereby driving interest so that people visit the destination. So number one is to create awareness. And that is the reason why I feel that the tourism slogan of It's More Fun in the Philippines is very effective because it has gained international popularity and awareness sa sa target audience mo. Narating siya kasi pag when you ask tourists, they would know na parang, it's more fun in the Philippines. The Filipinos are very hospitable. They think of the fiesta. They think of the beautiful beaches in our country. So, successful yung yung destination marketing plan nila na makarating sa kanila yung impormasyon at naging interesado sila na bumisita sa ating bansa. So it's about finding creative ways of communicating the destination's value proposition, therefore creating the reason for people to visit your destination. All right. So what are the factors that influences competitivity? So these are the attractions. So we have been discussing about attractions, and there's what we call the natural attraction and cultural attraction. But in UNESCO, merong further category pa, or dinedefine nila further yung attractions. But in our last discussion, dalawang kinds of attraction lang yung nabanggit dun sa author na kinuha natin. Attractions could mean a natural attraction, ibig sabihin it's a man-made. Cultural attraction, ibig sabihin ang pinupuntahan mo doon ay yung kultura, the things that people do, the things that they have been doing since the past generation. Artificial resources, mali ako. Natural, ibig sabihin ay yung nature. And the opposite is artificial resource or man-made. And also attractions could be an event or a live event or an entertainment. Okay, so things like that. Accessibility. So definitely this has something to do with transportation, because when you visit a country, you also have to consider paano mamomobilize yung travel. Are you gonna be traveling by land, by air, or sea? Okay? Magkano yung transportation? Affordable ba? So, ano-anong modes of transportation ang ginagamit? Okay? Kunyari, by air, so airplane. By land, we have to consider also walking as a mode of transportation. Getting around, kunyari, Lukban, uso yung tuktok, and also with Thailand, getting around Thailand, pwedeng tuktok. Or in Hong Kong, meron pa silang yung, I forgot the term, yung para siyang kalesa, pero instead na kabayo ay tao yung naghihila nung pasahero, LRT, MRT, etc. All right? Then recreation. So these are the activities such as commercial activities and other services could also be a factor why you travel. Accommodation, yon. As I have mentioned, there are many accommodation facilities that would cater to your needs and also cater to your budget. Syempre, ang pinaka-expensive na dyan ay hotels. Pero the affordable ones, nagiging uso na ngayon yung Airbnb, na kung saan even the residential house pinaparentahan nila, or yung mga condo units na rather than being stagnant ay pinaparentahan nila as Airbnb. Then there's also bed and breakfast, okay, lodge, transient houses, etc. Then activities could be an adventure activity, sports, or culture, so it can vary. Then the commercial accessibility, such as the packages and that they offer, which are available to the market. So different travel agencies would offer many packages that is a composite of these elements, and they also can tailor fit or customize a travel package based on your needs, based on your requirements, and also based on your budget. Because you have to understand that different tourists has different travel motivators, they have different travel needs. Okay, so iba-iba yung gusto nila, iba-iba yung pangangailangan. So it should be pwedeng ma-customize. All right. So the highlight of our discussion today is the DMO, or the Destination Marketing Organizations. Particularly, we are to shed light on the definition of the DMO, the purpose, what the DMOs can do for a meeting professional, the advantage of DMO and DMO services for meeting professionals and destination marketing organizations in the Philippines. All right. So what is a destination marketing organization, or DMO? Destination marketing organizations, they're also known as the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Okay, so it's all the same. They are non-profit, non or for-profit organizations that help promote and market local attractions, accommodation options, tourism services, transportation, associated retail stores, restaurants, events, and more. So, a destination marketing organization does not only promote the destination or the attractions, but they also have to promote, because you have to remember that it would have a domino effect. Just like what I have been telling you, yung lahat ng nasa umbrella ng hospitality ay interconnected, because when you travel, you would need accommodation, you would need food and beverage, you would be needing transportation, and so on and so forth. And therefore, if as you have observed in the video presentation that we've had before, yung when a country market themselves or promote themselves, they're not only promoting the different MICE facilities, but also they carry with them the culture and the values of their country, the different tourist attractions. Kasama yon, it's part of the bundle when they market or promote. Okay? Their primary long-term objective is to encourage groups to hold meetings, conventions, trade shows in the city or area it represents. So considering the objective, sino yung target market ng Convention and Visitors Bureau? Okay? Hindi naman ito yung individual tourist. Kasi we have to bear in mind that kaya nga Convention and Visitors Bureau, ito ay malalaking target market nila. It pertains to a group of people who would come to a certain destination for MICE activity, for meetings, incentive conventions, and exposition. So, because the DMO or the Convention and Visitors Bureau wishes to encourage group na pumunta sa kanilang lugar at mag-hold or mag-organize ng isang meeting, convention, events, or trade show. But they also have a secondary goal or objective to assist those groups with their meetings and meeting preparation. So they're there to assist for whatever needs that they have in terms of organizing any MICE event. Lastly, their objective is also to encourage tourists to visit and enjoy the historic, cultural, and recreational opportunities that the destination offers. So this is very evident. I mean, not only for local travel, but also international travel. I remember attending a convention for the Union of Filipino Tourism Educators in Baguio. So it was I think a 3 or 4 day event or affair wherein all of the tourism students and tourism educators went up to Baguio for a convention. So there's competition, there's trade shows, there's an exchange of information. So since Baguio is the host province. So they carry when they host, they carry with them the culture and the values that the region can offer. So definitely, 'di ba, pag may mga ganyang activity, merong intermission number, may cultural show. So as part of the opening program, merong cultural show showing or depicting the culture and tradition of the people of the Cordilleras. So yan yung pina-pride nila talaga. And if you would remember also in the many different activities when the first Miss Universe Philippines was held in Baguio City, it's not just about marketing the all of the Philippines, but primarily, syempre, kailangang ma-highlight mo yung host city, which is the Baguio City. But it primarily covers the all of Cordillera. So it's very evident naman in the many activities, in the video presentation, and even during the live events, the decoration, yung hindi lang nakita on during the coronation event, but if you have been following the activities of the Miss Universe organization, when they hold press meeting, a virtual meeting, welcoming ceremony, nandoon pa rin at hindi mo maiaalis yung pagpopromote ng kultura ng Cordillera. Okay. So same thing when kunyari it's an international event, international exposition, naha-highlight yung kultura ng host country. So say that in our hosting of the Miss Universe Philippines during the time of Maxine Medina, 'di ba, the girls would not only be in Manila but also they would be visiting naka-igugrupo yan. Kunyari group 1 will go to Boracay, group 2 will go to Baguio, group 3 will go to Vigan. So that's a way of promoting and encouraging the tourists to enjoy the historic and cultural and recreational activities that can be experienced when they visit our country. The destination marketing organizations does not organize meetings and conventions, but rather you have to understand that they just promote. Iba po yung nag-organize sa nagpo-promote. Okay? Basically, their objective is just for the promotion. If you would check, diba, dun sa primary and long-term or objective, to encourage. Second objective, to assist. And lastly, to encourage all uli. So, hindi po sila yung nag-organize ng mga convention. Sila lang yung nag-a-assist, nagpo-promote. Alright. So, what is the purpose of the DMO? DMOs are primarily not-for-profit organization and they are charged with representing a specific destination, helping the long-term economic development of communities throughout the travel and tourism. So, definitely there's a long-term economic gain or long-term economic development because when people go to a certain destination, hindi lang yung organizers ang nakikinabang. It would have a domino effect with the rest of the umbrella of the tourism organization because people will dine in, people will buy food, people will check in, people will buy souvenirs, they would visit different attractions and entertainment facilities. So you are able to give job opportunities to your people, you are able to um, sustain their livelihood, and etc. Okay? Nasusustain yung travel and tourism business natin. The DMOs are usually membership organizations bringing together local business that rely on tourism and meetings for revenue. So maganda yung adhikain nila kasi tinutulungan nilang makatulong, tinutulungan nilang mabuhay yung ekonomiya ng travel and tourism. The DMO serves as the official contact point of a destination. Kumbaga sa hotel, if you're familiar with the concierge, diba? The concierge are in charge of assisting the guest for their needs. So, iba ito dun sa front office, ha? If you're now familiar with the organization of the hotel, the concierge is a separate department which assists the guest on their needs, particularly for transportation needs, for airport transfer, for recreation, for travel and tourism. Okay? They can also serve as official brokers for convention meetings and events and planners. For convention, they are often the intermediary between the sponsoring organization and hospitality businesses. So it's much like they liaise or they bridge yung between or intermediary nga between the sponsoring organization and hospitality businesses. They coordinate site visits, the dissemination and collection of requests for proposals, and they also will find funding to help attract large conventions. All right. As we have mentioned kanina on the definition that The Destination Marketing Organization is also known as the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Depende yan sa country nila kung anong pangalan nung organization na nangangasiwa for this kinds of activity. Now, let's take a look on the how the Convention and Visitors Bureau function. This one is the Convention and Visitors Bureau in Canada. I think Ontario. Let's watch this. All right. So that's the Convention and Visitors Bureau of Ontario, Canada. Parang like when you watch, when you are able to watch that, para bang the goal should be ma-attract ka na pumunta at bumisita dun sa lugar na yon, 'di ba? And many other countries are also doing that. We are very lucky because we are in the time and age of, we are in the digital age. I mean, with the advent of social media, sobrang dali, sobrang bilis magawa yung adhikain of the Destination Marketing Organizations or Convention and Visitors Bureau sa pamamagitan ng photos, videos, 'di ba? Yung mga social media apps, whether that's on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, nakakarating to a greater audience yung gusto nilang ipahatid sa target audience nila, 'di ba? So, unlike dati na parang nung unang panahon na hindi naman gano'n ka-extensive, hindi lahat merong internet connection. So, parang ang hirap ma-promote. It has to reach a for a while na-hatching ako. Wala. Alright. Mahirap yung marketing dati kasi hindi nakakarating yung impormasyon sa inyo. I remember before na nung mahal pa ang internet, bumibisita ka pa sa computer shop, I only learn the the many different countries or the many different tourist destination in the Philippines through books, 'di ba? Um you very lucky ka kung yung because the books parang medyo Pero noon, tuwang-tuwa na ako pag nakikita ko in print yung mga different tourist destinations. Mahilig kasi akong magbasa noon ng mga National Geographic, mga magazine. So, bumubuo ako sa utak ko ng imahe. Ano kaya ang itsura ng lugar na yon? What's more beyond those pictures? But unlike now, that everything can be translated in motion. Ibig sabihin, through video presentation. So, by the power of YouTube, parang your place is so much accessible. It's just one click away. Mas natatangibilize yung serbisyo at natatangibilize yung what to expect. Anong ibig kong sabihin ng matangibilize? Ibig sabihin from the word tangible. How do you make it tangible? But it's not literal na parang mahahawakan. When we say you tangibilize it, ibig sabihin, paganahin mo yung senses mo. Ibig sabihin, if you're presenting a food on the video, kahit hindi ko yan matikman, feeling ko, pag maganda yung pagkakagawa ng video, nararamdaman ko, malalasahan ko yung pagkain, matatakam ako, kunya if it's sisig ng Pilipinas, ng Pampanga, nakikinig ko yung sizzle, nararamdaman ko yung lutong ng chicharon, yung init ng sisig, yung different play of the texture from the different ingredients na ginamit, nararamdaman ko, natatangibilize. Ibig sabihin, gumana yung tenga, nakinig ko, yung sizzle, naamoy ko yung bango ng sisig. 'Di ba? Ang ganda ng presentation kasi colorful. 'Di ba? Tapos, kahit hindi ko pa mantikman, feeling ko masarap na agad. So, and so is the same with when the Convention and Visitors Bureau play on the video yung mga activities, attractions, lalo pa meron na tayong mga teknolohiya na 3D, 'di ba? Parang when you wear a glass, parang nararamdaman mo na parang you're on that destination. Meron na ngayong mga hologram technology na parang nabubuhay yung imahe, mga ganon, things like that. So we are very lucky because we are on that age. And you're able to learn so much because of the modern technology. No? So how does DMO or the destination marketing organizations make money? If you become a member of the DMO, you also earn through incentive. If you help the different associations, organizations, you earn a portion from that project that you will be organizing, 'di ba? From the assistance when you organize when you help or assist them in their campaigns to promote the activities, to promote the MICE event, to assist them in their conventions meetings. And when you intermediate or liaise between the sponsoring organization and hospitality business, you earn money from that. You earn incentive. And the incentive is malaki kasi it's much like when you are a coordinator ng events. It's not just about the basic pay of coordinating or organizing an event, but you also earn from the incentive through referral. Example, nag-refer ka ng supplier ng caterer. You earn a portion from the caterer. So it's like a practice na say you earn a 3% from the total bill na kukuhanin ng kliyente. Nag-refer ka ng photographer, binibigyan ka ng incentive ni photographer for every booking na maiibigay mo sa kanya. So much the same with the DMOs, they earn money and incentive from those projects. So what's the importance of this in the meeting and tourism? So number one is it enhance the quality of life for local and community by providing jobs. I have mentioned that a while ago that when there is a movement of people, nabubuhay yung komunidad. Because when people travel, they have various travel needs. Kakain yan, mag-check-in, bibili ng pasalubong. So buhay ang lokal na turismo. It's just too bad that right now that we are on the pandemic, and again, with the may bagong update na naman ang IATF, 'di ba, that the NCR Plus is now on ECQ. Ibig sabihin, it's much like saying that the NCR Plus is on a bubble and they are on lockdown. So the travel and movement are limited to the essentials. Ibig sabihin, essential workers, essential travel lang ang pwede. So paano mo mamomobilize itong activity ng MICE? So definitely hindi. Nakahang tayo ngayon. We're on pause. So, sobrang apektado ng travel and tourism and the hospitality industry. But the good thing or the catch about it is when this whole pandemic is over, tayo yung malaking makikinabang dito. Kasi, but hopefully it's gonna be very soon that the pandemic will be over after realizing that we already have a vaccine, but hopefully that there will be mass vaccination, but people are still afraid to have to be vaccinated primarily because the vaccine is from China. But we'll see. Hope that everything gets better and all will be well. Yon. And then we could bring in taxes for the improvement of the service and infrastructure. So definitely, nakikinabang din ang gobyerno dito because the more influx of tourists, so definitely the government also gains from pag tumaas ang sales ng mga different suppliers, vendors within the travel and tourism sector, tumataas ang kita nila. So pagtaas ng kita, pagtaas din ng tax. So 'di ba yung mga tax supposedly ay inilalaan for the improvement of the service, infrastructure. So hopefully that the government will use those money really for the improvement of the infrastructure na dedicated for travel and tourism. Example, i-improve ang ating mga kalsada to promote an ease in the transportation, to provide more public transportation so people will be mobilized to travel, mabawasan ang traffic kasi yan yung number one problem in the Philippines na disappoint ang ating mga turista. Number 3 is to attracting facilities such as restaurants, shops, festivals, cultural and sporting venues that cater both tourists and the locals. So if you would see on the diagram, the destination marketing organization caters to all of these segments: the public sector organization, travel agents, accommodation providers, restaurants, and attraction managers and retail outlets. So what does a DMO can do for meeting professionals? Okay, so we have outlined here the various things that a DMO can do for meeting professionals. Number 1 is streamlining planner workflows. When we say to streamline, it means that we are helping them improve their plan. We are helping them create a smooth flow of the operation to transition from the plan to the execution of their plan into and turning it into a successful event. Event planners have to contend with a variety of local factors which can be a challenge to do from afar and with a limited familiarity in the area and options available within it. Having help from a local on-the-ground professional with valuable connections can streamline the process and significantly reduce the guesswork and the burden of research. So a DMO should be very much familiar with all of the key players in the hospitality and tourism. Ibig sabihin, pag ikaw ay miyembro or nagtatrabaho ka as part of the destination marketing organization, familiar ka dapat dito sa lahat. You know how the different travel agents and modes of transportation work. Yung how to buy ticket, what are the factors that affects the rate of the ticket, ano ang iba't ibang modes of transportation, not only in your country, but also in other country. Because when you are to promote the other countries, dapat makapagbigay ka ng valuable suggestion. Ano ang dapat nilang sakyan? Ano ang dapat nilang puntahan? Saan magandang mag-check-in? Saang hotels makakapag-provide ng mga needs ng clients? Anong restaurants ang makapagbibigay sa kanila ng authentic food experience? Saan masarap? 'Di ba? Saan dapat mag-shopping and so on and so forth. So, you have to be all around. You have to be familiar with all of those. So just like with a wedding organizer, di ba? A wedding organizer should be familiar with the different trends, proceedings, and everything that goes around with the caterers, with the church, with the restaurants, with the hotels, and then the many players of the wedding industry. Lahat ng mga possible supplier, dapat alam mo ang nangyayari. And that's a way to streamline the work of a meeting planner. Second, you're helping the meeting planner save the planner's budget. As locals, they know the top vendors that service the area and have access to them. More importantly, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, or the DMO, can leverage local buying power as they are working with many events, not just yours. And that means they represent a larger business interest than you would represent with a single annual event to vendors and suppliers. So, considering that the destination marketing organization are already familiar with the suppliers and the players in the travel and tourism, they can assist the meeting planners in getting the best value of their budget. Kasi familiar na sila, meron silang listahan ng iba't ibang supplier na makapagbibigay sa kanila ng serbisyo na naaayon sa budget ng kliyente. So hindi lang dapat aware ka sa services and packages ng isang supplier. Ultimately, you have to build a list or a directory of the many suppliers that can provide you with the different travel needs of your clients. Much like with what I do in events, I have a directory of the suppliers that can provide for the different needs and wants of the guests. So meron tayong supplier na pang kay market A, pang target market A, B, or C. Kasi different target markets would have different needs, wants, and demands. And they also have different budgetary requirements. Number 3, supporting local promotion. Marketing in your host city from afar can be quite an undertaking, especially if it's not a location with an established meeting reputation. Designing marketing collaterals, creating written and video content, and taking and posting images can eat up a lot of time. If you work with a Conventions and Visitors Bureau or a DMO or Destination Marketing Organization, they are they already have expertly created promotional tools and they can tailor them to your needs. So the DMOs and the CVD should have a great marketing and advertising background because their job ultimately is to promote. And when you promote, you have to make use of the different content and different platforms by which you are to advertise and to promote the destination. And you will be using different marketing collaterals. When we say marketing collaterals, it can be in a form of brochure, it can be in a form of page, halimbawa Facebook page or website. So you have to coordinate as well with IT tech expert na gagawa ng page nyo. Dapat yung page ay interactive, 'di ba? Facebook page. Dapat yung Facebook page ay active. Hindi yung kapag may message, hindi kayo masasagot. And dapat timely and relevant yung content and posting. Yung, ngayon, even the DMOs or the CVD are taking advantage of the hype of TikTok, 'di ba? And many different establishments also are using TikTok now as a way of promoting because there's a lot of um much of the market na-hype kasi sa TikTok eh. Parang gone are the days na parang hype ang Facebook. Pero Facebook now is so passé. It's like the mainstream. Pero the yuppies or the younger generation are now into TikTok, 'di ba? Or Twitter. So many of the players in the hospitality industry are also using this different medium para maipromote nila at maibigay yung iba't ibang contents. The content can be in a form of video, audio, photos, and so on and so forth. Diba? All right, number 4 is to creating event experiences and increasing attendee satisfaction. The competition for event dollars is getting steeper. They want a memorable experience for their money, and there are lots of groups out there willing to provide it. A CBD or DMO is in a better position to determine how to effectively integrate local festivities and culture. So, laging ini-integrate natin or it's best to take advantage of the rich culture of a particular host city or host country to integrate in whatever event it may be. Like imagine niyo when we hold the Southeast Asian Games. 'Di ba? The opening of Southeast Asian Games in Pampanga in uh 'di ba? Hindi lang siya about sports. Ultimately, the culture of the Philippines being the host country, during the opening, sobrang bongga and grande at makikita mo sa pamamagitan ng opening ceremony, yung mga sayaw, na makikita mo yung festivities, yung costume, which are all a reflection of our culture and tradition. Ganun din naman when other host countries are doing or hosting an event, they carry along with them the culture and tradition. If you remember, when Thailand hosted Miss Universe in 2018 when Catriona Gray won, even when Neo was performing, they can integrate their Thai culture. May backup dancer na Thai in the opening ceremony, also Thai in the design. It's Thai. So parang ganon. In the recent Miss Grand International or every pag-speech competition na ang sinusuot is yung national costume ng host country. So although Miss Grand International is a Thai-based pageant, hindi naman lagi na pang Thai yung suot nila. When it was held in Vietnam, the contestants or the top 10 were wearing a Vietnamese costume during the speech presentation. So that's part of carrying with them the experience nung kultura nung host country. All right. So these are the advantages of using a DMO to plan a meeting. Number 1, site review and leads process. So when we say site, it means location or venue. Determining the site or location that can accommodate a meeting's requirement is critical. Primarily because you have to find a place that will fit in the number of participants in that venue. Okay? So kunyari, you have to realize that for MICE event, di ba, ang daming attendees. So you have to find a place that can fit that huge amount of number of attendees into a venue. And also a venue that would answer to the needs or requirements of the event. Example, kailangan mo ba ng stage? Kailangan mo ba ng may swimming pool? kailangan mo ng may restaurant, etc., etc. Kasi alongside with holding that venue, there are many other aspect of the event na minsan hindi natin nakikita because that works behind, that's, what do you call that? That works behind the scene. Okay? DMOs are the central information source for advice on site selection, transportation, available local services, all with no cost or obligation to event planners and organizers. So you have to realize that you will also assist all of the attendees in their um, needs. I remember that when I have attended the Food Hotel Asia, considering that's one of the biggest in the world and all of Asia, and I soon will have many stories about my experiences when I attended the Food Hotel Asia. The organizers or the DMOs are always sending us marketing collaterals through emails ng lahat ng impormasyon na kakailanganin when we fly to Singapore. I mean, all of the possible hotel accommodation na pwede naming i-book, restaurant, transportation. Pag nandun ka na mismo sa event, meron ding mga flyers, brochure, mapa so that it can help you get around not only within the site of the event but also within Singapore. Kasi syempre when you visit that the place for the convention, meron ka ring mga side trip. Okay? Regardless of the meeting size, they can serve as the first stop in the site review process. So ibig sabihin, dapat maging as DMO, maging familiar ka sa iba't ibang lugar na pwedeng pagdausan ng event. Saan ang entrance, saan ang exit, ano ang malalapit na mga destination. Kunyari, that the event will be held in Manila. Say for example, World Trade Center. You have to provide information on your guests. Saan ang malapit na mall? Saan ang malapit na terminal? Saan ang malapit na hospital just in case magkaroon ng emergency? Lahat yon ready ka dapat. Okay? Because that's part of the contingency planning. All right. These are the factors that affects the site selection for a convention. So we call this the site environment. So you have to establish the climate. It's not just about the temperature. Hindi siya literal na climate, meaning the temperature or what's the weather. Climate means the desirability of the destination's climate. It could mean literally and it could also mean figuratively. Okay, example of a climate. Um, Climate literally, ibig sabihin the weather, the humidity, and the temperature. Say for example, in Manila. In Manila, we know that the weather is hot. So, mapipredict ng mga attendees mo, considering that the event will be held in Manila, their the dress code. Whereas when the event will be held in, say, Korea, and you know that the weather there is cold, then you would be needing outfit that is perfect for the weather. And also there are activities that is also fitting for the weather. But when we talk the climate, um, not literally but figuratively, is like ano ang meron sa lugar na yon. Example, the event will be held in Myanmar. 'Di ba ngayon medyo kagulo sa Myanmar. So medyo mapapaisip ka na parang sa Myanmar gaganapin yung convention. Teka lang, medyo ang climate doon is medyo magulo. So teka muna, mag-iisip ako ganon. So you have to provide what's happening around what's the climate within the destination. Or say that the convention will be held in Mindanao. Siyempre, hindi naman yun doon magpo-pursue kung may gera. But you have to promote or make a marketing para hindi matakot yung mga client mo na pumunta sa Mindanao kasi you have to justify na it's safe here. Hindi naman kung sinabi nating Mindanao, gera na agad. There are certain areas doon na safe naman at may idaos mo yung objective ng event. Alright. Second is the setting. That's the attractiveness of the destinations surrounding. So obviously for the many different destinations, kinakailangan maganda yung facility. Attractive siya. So when we say, kasi it's the ambience, it's not just about what your eyes can perceive, but again, it's a whole sensory feeling. Everything that you see dapat maganda, the kulay, yung even the amoy, kailangang iset mo yon. Meron silang, yung parang maaamoy mo, ay amoy hotel, amoy ganito. The texture, ibig sabihin when you walk, hindi bako-bako. Parang for mga conventions, naka-carpet yan. You have to set the proper temperature or humidity because of the mass of the people coming in to the place. Dapat air condition. So syempre kasi pag dami ng tao, they are contributing heat to the environment and therefore the setting of the temperature should be controlled. Okay, set proper music. That's part of the setting. Kunyari, if it's dapat loungy yung music or if it's a convention na intended for a certain type of event, then dapat naka-fit or naaayon dun sa tema ng event. Infrastructure, it's the suitability and standard of local infrastructure. So it must be suitable and answer to the needs of the event. Okay? Hospitality is the extent to which the host organizations and community can excel in welcoming the visitors. That is why Philippines also pride itself to be one of the key destinations which is perfect for MICE event because Filipinos are very hospitable. We pride ourselves na yung mga staff sa hotel, sa restaurant, bumabate, laging nakangiti. So we could be a perfect destination for any MICE event because as host, organizer, very important consideration yung hospitality ng mga tao. Dapat warm yung pag-welcome mo sa mga bisita. So after this is the site inspection. A site inspection is a physical review of proposed venues, services prior to the actual program. It may be required at any point of the sale process. A visit from the planner may occur prior to the proposal, after the proposal, or after the site has been chosen. So marami kang i-check sa site. Hindi dapat siya one-man team. If it's a MICE event, dapat meron kasama kang engineer to check on kung tama ba yung mga ganito, yung ergonomics. Meron ka dapat kasama na events stylist para malaman niya paano ita-transform itong lugar na to into this. Okay? Meron kang kasama na electrician to check on the wiring and the connection. Meron kang kasamang IT to check on the possible area na pag-aanuhan kung okay ba yung internet infrastructure on the place. So when we say site inspection, it's not just about the site per se, but the many aspects of the site. A typical family tour include, I'm not sure if this is family or what, I'll double check, or when it could be a familiarity tour or I'll double check. But inspection should include the general orientation of the destination, visiting location, MICE facilities, attractions, CVB, retail stores, restaurants, and hotels. Example of a MICE event is, sorry ha, laging Miss Universe. I'm such a fan, sorry. Um, supposedly that the Miss Universe 2020 is to be held in Costa Rica. Pero hindi nag-push through, 'di ba? Rabia, I think will be competing in California. But Costa Rica is doing negotiations of hosting the 2021 edition in Costa Rica because yung ngayong i-held with Rabia is the 2020 edition. But for 2021, maybe later this year or early 2022, ang nanliligaw na mag-host ay um, Costa Rica. So paano 'yon? Kunyari ikaw yung DMO at and representative of the organization, diligawan mo na kayo yung maging host country or host city. You have to um, impress the organizers with the destination, with the location, with the facilities, attraction. Ano ba ang makikita diyan ng mga audience? Ano ang makikita ng mga kandidata pag sila ay pumunta? 'Di ba? Kasi parang mga tourism ambassador din sila kapag binisita nila yung lugar, they also are able to promote the place. Ano ang mga restaurants, ano ang mga accommodation facilities, sa ang hotel sila mag-stay, parang ganon. And now that the winner of the Miss Universe Philippines was from Iloilo, remember that the Miss Universe Philippines was held in Baguio. I think ang Iloilo nanliligaw sa Miss Universe Philippines, di ba? The director is Shamsi Supsup with the under the creative direction of Jonas Gafford. Ang nanliligaw na maging host city for the second Miss Universe Philippines for 2021 ay Iloilo. Kasi ang Iloilo, remember may plinay ako na video ng Iloilo na meron silang kakayahan na makapag-host ng 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 mga MICE destination kasi meron silang facility intended for MICE. And also ang Iloilo kilala din naman sa mga popular tourist destination and also ang sarap ng food in Iloilo. So those are the things that are up for consideration. So in site inspection, there's also should be an explanation of the transport mechanism available on the area. Ano-ano ba ang pwedeng puntahan? I mean, sakyan so that the attendees will be able to be mamomobilize yung kanilang mga activities. How would they get to and from a destination? And then inspection tours of relevant hotels and venues, yun po ay ini-inspect. An overview of any events, attractions, or activities that are unique to the destination. Ano ang aabangan? Anong meron? 'Di ba? You have to look into the USP or the unique selling proposition of the place. And overview of any events, details of any particular selling point of the destination. Ano ang selling point? Parang when you are asked, what is the selling point of the Philippines? The unique selling point of the Philippines is we have 7,640 islands. The people in the Philippines are hospitable. We have facilities that can cater to the needs of the MICE event, blah, 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 and blah, blah. So things like that. Okay. So what's the DMO services for meeting professionals? DMOs can offer unbiased information about a wide range of destination services and facilities. It serves as a vast information database and provide one-stop shopping. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng pangangailangan mo, masasagot yan ng destination marketing organization because they have a directory or database of information suppliers na kailangan mo for an event. So that will give you so much saving on time and energy and money in development of a meeting. DMOs can help meeting attendees maximize their free time through the creation of pre- and post-conference activities, spouse tours, and special evening events. They provide housing services, housing reservations for meeting delegates, or any accommodation facilities for the delegates. It could be hotel, Airbnb, or motel, or transient houses. It depends. They help connect planners to their local transportation network that offers shuttle service, airline information, etc. Very important yung shuttle service or any mode of transportation. Kasi considering the magnitude or dami ng pumupunta sa convention, example. And because convention can last for, let's say for example, 5 days. Okay? There are free shuttle services that usually the convention or the DMOs are providing. Considering nga kasi syempre, extra cost kasi yung pamasahe eh. Imagine if you will be attending the convention for 5 days, a huge chunk of your budget will go to transportation. Whereas, kung sasagutin na to ng organizer, malaking tipid. Or kung mura lang naman yung transportation, then, di ba? I remember, although in Singapore naman kasi, it's very madali ang mode of transportation through MRT. But, kunyari that the event will be from one venue to another, merong free shuttle. Imagine mo kasi sa sobrang laki nung venue, hindi mo malalakad siya from hall number 1 going to hall number 10. To get you from one hall to another hall, you have to have or ride a shuttle service. So kunyari, may competition sa hall number 1. Tapos pupuntahan namin yung cake display sa hall number 10, dulo sa dulo. So syempre nakakapagod maglakad. So instead of maglakad, merong mga available shuttle services na merong schedule to get you around from one point to another. You see? So let's check on the destination marketing in the Philippines. So I think that there's just 2 slides left. So the marketing and promotions unit is responsible for undertaking the key mandate of the Tourism's Promotions Board. Naalala nyo yung Tourism's Promotions Board, which is to market and promote the Philippines domestically and internationally as a major global destination. So magkatulong si Tourism's Promotions Board and Conventions and Visitors Bureau. They highlight the uniqueness and assisting the development of its tourism products and services with the end view of increasing tourism arrivals and tourism investment. Pareho naman sila ng objective eh. So magtutulungan sila. In International Promotions Department, they are in charge of organizing Philippine participation in overseas travel and trade and consumer fairs, exhibition and events, and undertaking other overseas marketing and promotional activities such as, but not limited to the sales, mission, and presentation in key markets with the objective of creating awareness and generate consumer demand for the Philippines. So there are times that the Philippines would be attending or joining international fairs. So nag-exhibit sila, may booth, and sino-showcase yung different products of the Philippines during this international promotions affair or event. The domestic promotions naman, on the other hand, is responsible for the formulation of the annual domestic promotions plan in consultation with the Department of Tourism. So syempre, nakikipag-coordinate sila kasi pareho naman sila ng adhikain or advokasya. This department is responsible for in managing and maintaining the linkages of the Tourism's Promotions Board with its member and all of the industry's stakeholders. Then, the MICE department develops and strengthens the Philippines' position as an ideal MICE destination. Kasi as I have mentioned nga, and merong tayong pinakitang venue na pinopromote talaga natin or especially ng Tourism's Promotions Board na ang Pilipinas ay merong kapasidad at kakayanan na makapag-hold ng isang MICE destination. The MICE department encourages local associations and corporations to bid for events and participate in MICE-related trade fairs and sales and mission. It also organizes industry development programs and establishes linkages with international association. So usually kasi for MICE event, there is a bidding process. When we say bid, ibig sabihin makikipagpaunahan kayo kung sino, you have to convince the organizing committee kung kanino ibibigay yung rights of hosting the event. Okay? Minsan there's money involved because usually it's the private sector who would fund or finance for this kind of event. But in the long run kasi, there is a return on investment or makikinabang ka with this. Again, as I mentioned, because of the domino effect ng exchange. Alala nyo yung, what do you call that? The multiplier effect. Yung when you spend $1 on this, the dollar will be used by the employee to buy for this and they will buy. So there is a domino effect. Okay? Thus, yung economy natin ay buhay. All right. So with that, we are actually done with the module on the destinations marketing organization, and the coverage of the prelim topic is up until this module. So for the midterm module, we will have the meeting and convention venues. All right. So I hope that you have learned so much today. And that's the end of my discussion. And thank you very much and have a good day.